Hello, welcome to another weekly reading vlog. It is Tuesday today and I have some updates for you. I have reading updates, I have content updates, and well, those are the two main updates I have. But hi, happy Tuesday. I hope you're all doing really well. When I last spoke to you last week, I was reading Amari and the Night Brothers. I have finished that book and what a book. So fantastic. It was a 5-star read from me. It was just glorious, brilliant, spectacular. So good. I then read the Graveyard book over the weekend, which was for a Patreon exclusive reading vlog, so if you want to see my thoughts and feelings on that, there is a link down below, and that is available to the Lothlorien tiers onwards. So I will be starting a new book today, and that is going to be Perfectly Preventable Deaths by Deidra Sullivan. This follows two sisters. They're twins, they've moved to this new town, it's very strange. One of them falls in love, and one of them discovers they have magic powers. The one that falls in love seems to be in some sort of danger, and the sister that has the powers is going to try and stop her from getting hurt and being caught up in this danger and the weirdness of this town. So it's all about exploring that. Sounds super dark, sounds quite creepy. I feel like as we go into the darker nights, the longer nights in November, this is the perfect kind of book to cuddle up with, so I'm really excited about that. But I'm also really looking forward to reading this because I'm actually interviewing Deidra Sullivan, the author, on the 29th of November. Cannot wait. So that's going to be really cool. Really looking forward to diving into this after work. And that is my reading update. So that brings me to my other update. So I'm a pretty busy person. I work 2 full-time jobs. I do a lot. I like being busy. So you'd think maybe I wouldn't push it and be any more busy because I'm already doing quite a few things. So that brings me to tell you that I'm going to be doing Vlogmas this year. I don't know where my brain is at when I decided to do this, but I think it's going to be really fun. I say, with a look of fear on my face. If you don't know what Vlogmas is, I think it traditionally started as a vlog every day in the lead up to Christmas and ending, I think maybe Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but I'm going to be doing the 12 days of Vlogmas, which is 12 videos every other day in the lead up to Christmas. So I'm starting on the 1st and I will be going all the way up till Christmas Eve, or the 23rd, is the 23rd my last one? It's all planned out, but they will be various different types of videos. They might be recommendations, they might be vlogs, they will be various different things involving various different activities. I have it all planned out, but that is happening in December. I spent hours yesterday planning everything. I planned the videos, I wrote them all out, I wrote when I needed to film them and when I needed to edit them. I have sorted that all. So I am really looking forward to doing this because I've got all these ideas and I can't wait to share them with you. I'm also nervous because the pressure in November to get it all out by a certain time is going to be quite high because it is a lot of stuff within certain time periods I'm going to have to film it in because of the types of content it's going to be, and I am doing a lot in December anyway, so that's great. But I am really hyped to be able to produce this content and to be able to do something a little bit different in December because I love Christmas. It makes me so happy. So doing something like this is making me feel really festive and happy as we enter into the seasonal month, which is very soon by the time you're watching this vlog. So there will be lots happening, as I've said. If you don't want to miss any of this, I recommend hitting the little bell icon for me somewhere, like it's somewhere around here. There's a subscribe button, there's a bell next to it, I think. But if you click the bell, you get notified when I post, so that means you won't miss any. I'll also create a playlist. I did that for my Christmas videos last year if you want to check those out. I just love making festive content, so yes, it's daunting. Yes, I've said that a million times. But yeah, I'm going to give it my all. And I spent a while working out because I wanted to know that I could do it and I wasn't going to get halfway through and think this is too much. So I have created a thorough plan, which brings me on to the final part of this rather long intro. I just wanted to give you a quick overview to something that quite a lot of people ask me about, and that is something along the lines of how I plan my content and how I stay on top of everything, work 2 jobs and also have time to read and chill and stuff. So I just thought I'd give you a quick overview of that because I do get asked it on a couple of different platforms. So this seems like a good opportunity because Vlogmas requires a lot of planning. So the first way I plan is on Notion. So this is a digital notebook and it allows me to create a calendar view. There's so many different views you can use, but I've got a calendar view for my YouTube and Instagram ad schedule. So this is anything that's time sensitive basically. So any promotions I'm working on, my general weekly vlogs and my Saturday videos, anything extra will all be in here. So for November and also December, I don't think you can see too well and I don't want you to see too well because I want it to be a surprise. So from a distance, it's pretty busy. There's a lot going on. I've also got written in when I'm away and when I'm here. I've got a couple of things happening, as I said, throughout the month that require me not to be in my flat. So there's a lot going on and it's all in there. So that's the digital way to log everything, and that is an overview I can check on any platform or any device and I can just see what's happening when and make sure I don't miss anything. But that is literally just when things are going live or due to go live and what stage they're at. Where I actually plan when I'm filming, editing and sorting everything out in the background is in my Clever Fox planner, which has been a saviour for me this year. This is not sponsored by either Notion or Clever Fox, but this planner is so good. This is such a good planner because it offers actual planning abilities. When I was looking for a planner, I was looking online a lot, and so many of them either did one of two things or both. They either didn't have a separate day for Saturday and Sunday, which really bugged me because I create a lot of my content at the weekends, and to not have two of the days separated kind of annoyed me because there wasn't enough space to plan, or they had a real massive focus on like affirmations and thoughts and feelings and stuff, which was a bit more journal-esque, whereas I wanted a planner. If I want that kind of a thing, I would rather that be a completely separate book, like a thought diary or something like that. Whereas for me, I just needed somewhere to be able to be very dedicated and just plan my content, and it wasn't something I was going to use as a diary journal type thing, more as literally an organisational tool. So Clever Fox is an A4, I think you can get this in other sizes as well, but this is an A4 one. On the left here I've got my week's days planned out, and this has got priorities and goals for it on the left, and on the right I've got to-do lists, I've got notes page. There are a couple of bits that I don't really use, such as I am excited about and this week's wins, lessons learned and how I'll improve next week. I'm here, as I said, for the planning, but this pretty much has everything I need in it, and it's huge, which I really like, and it's floppy, it's really nicely made. But so I have been planning out so much, planning out my November and December content. Oh, there's a lot in here. Again, I know you won't be able to see this, but just to give you a kind of an idea of how much I'm using the space, I'm colour coding everything, I'm writing the days that I need to film and edit. I wouldn't usually go into this much detail if it was just my twice weekly uploads, because those I know are happening each week, whereas these are specific days, and there are also things I have to film on specific days as well. So that's a quick overview to my planning, like very quick. But yeah, Clever Fox, Notion, both fantastic. I use them a lot. So that's that. Vlogmas is happening. I am excited. This week, plans-wise, I am going to a Marvel quiz tomorrow night, which I am really, really hyped for because I love Marvel. So that'll be really good fun. I've also got my Patreon quiz tonight, which is the first one ever, which is really exciting. I'm planning something for my patrons for Christmas as well, which should be really cool, like a little Christmas party thing, which will hopefully be really fun. So those things are at the start of the week. I then have to go back to my family home again on Thursday night. I am going back to my family home quite a bit at the moment because a couple of weeks ago I had various different appointments and they all got cancelled, and they were all back in my family home area, so I've been slowly rebooking them. So this week it's my eyebrows have been rebooked. You might be thinking, why don't I do these things in my local area? But I just have been seeing the same person for so long to do my eyebrows, and I really trust them, and it's something that I'm not necessarily too bothered to move, and I get to see my family anyway. So that's what's happening for the rest of the week. This has been the longest update, but hi, welcome to the weekly reading vlog. Let's have a good one. Hello, it is Wednesday evening. I finished work for the day and I am ready to go to my Marvel quiz. I am such a Marvel fan, so I'm really, really looking forward to this quiz. Hopefully I can get some questions right. It's all MCU stuff, so I should be okay. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. Also, it's the same day that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer was dropped, which is an amazing trailer. I wasn't going to watch the trailers for the Spider-Man films, and I didn't watch the first one initially, and then I got spoiled on Twitter. And when I work on Twitter, it's kind of hard to avoid going on Twitter. So I thought, well, I might as well just watch it myself so that I haven't had the opportunity to be spoiled, and so good, so good. That is all I will say, but I cannot wait for December. I have a couple of updates, firstly being a reading update of Perfectly Preventable Deaths. So this is a really interesting YA horror-y, spooky book, but is very honest and raw. Like, there is a lot of sex positivity going on in this book, a lot of open conversations about sex, which I'm really enjoying. There is also a lot of open conversations about feminism, and the main character is pointing out a lot of things to do with feminism along the way and noticing things in other characters, and that is really interesting, and I'm really enjoying getting that perspective from it. It feels a bit different from other YA I've read that I could think would be in the same kind of category. It feels like it's YA, but it's older. It feels more mature, which I'm really enjoying. I'm about halfway through, so I've been making pretty good progress on this, so you can tell I'm enjoying it. Definitely really excited to speak with the author, and I'm going to continue to read this up until I have to leave for the pub quiz. So I'll update you on my thoughts either later or tomorrow, depending on how busy my evening gets. But so far, definitely really pleased with it. I didn't really know what to expect going into this, and I think I was kind of pulling things from other books in similar areas I'd read, such as like All Our Hidden Gifts, for example, which I loved, but this definitely has that darkness to it that I think other books I've read in this genre don't, which I'm really enjoying because it definitely feels it's bringing something else to the table. So I'm really liking this. But I also got some book mail today, so I want to show you the book mail. I'm going to do a book mail song, but also this is actually part of an ad that I'm doing, so this book mail segment now is going to all be part of an ad to talk to you about this book. So without further ado, book mail, book mail, book mail, book mail, a book came in the mail, hey! This is The Cabinet by Soo Kim. This sounds really interesting. It's all about this cabinet that is home to these files on people that have these very strange abilities or have had very strange experiences. On the blurb it gives you a couple of examples. So it says there's a woman whose doppelganger broke up with her boyfriend, a man with a tree growing from his fingertips, and there's a guy who won't stop calling asking to be turned into a cat. The blurb says this is a rich, funny and fantastical novel about the strangeness at the heart of even the most ordinary lives, from one of South Korea's most acclaimed novelists. It also says that this book is actually the winner of the most prestigious literary prize in South Korea, which is called Monhakdongni. I might have pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry if I have, but this looks really interesting. I was really excited for my copy to arrive. It just sounds very unique, and I've seen other people reading this and saying it certainly is unique and that there is a lot of individuality in these characters, so I'm really looking forward to giving this a go. So as I said, I am working on an ad for this book, so everything is linked down below. If you would like to check out any more information about this, it just arrived today, so I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I am super excited to. I love the idea of it making the ordinary unique and strange and adding those kind of twists to things. I really like that. So really looking forward to checking this out, and this is my book mail today. So those are my updates. I think when I've finished this one, I'm either going to read the sequel next and just like immediately go into that, or I'm going to start If We Were Villains, which is on my Fictionary TBR. I've diverted a little bit to read this, but this is the next book I think I'm going to read on my Fictionary TBR, or Ninth House. But I am really looking forward to reading this one. I've had this on my TBR for so long. My mum had a copy of it that she gave me years ago after I read The Secret History and enjoyed that, and I just haven't read this yet. So all of these exciting things happening, lots of good books, excited for my evening. I'm going to go eat some food before I go out, and I will catch up with you later. I would just like to let you all know that we came second in the Marvel quiz. There was 12 or 13 teams. We came second, we got 97 points. The winning team got 105, so it was very close. And I think that's the highest I've ever come in a group quiz thing like that, but it was so much fun. I love quizzes so much. One of my favourite TV shows to watch is University Challenge. I really enjoy quizzes. I like pushing myself to try and get more and more right and try and learn from what I got wrong, so I really enjoyed doing that. It's something that I love anyway, and to combine it with Marvel was just super fun, so yay! Also the lighting has changed dramatically in this shot within 30 seconds, but I'm gonna go and get ready for bed now and then get into bed and read for a little bit and then sleep. But I just wanted to update you because that was a lot of fun, and I'm really pleased that we came second. It was very fun. We won a bottle of wine. I don't know what happened to that bottle of wine, but I don't drink wine, so that was fun. I feel like floor updates are becoming a much more regular thing. This vlog has just been constant updates so far this week because I've just been so busy. I've not had time to do anything else, so sorry this is a little bit more of a talky vlog, but here we are. I have reading updates. I also apparently have a sunbeam on my face. But hi, and yes, I'm dressed like Where's Wally. Every time I wear this top somebody says something about Where's Wally to me, so here we are. I've said it to myself. But I have reading updates for you. I have quite a few reading updates. I have finished Perfectly Preventable Deaths by Deidra Sullivan. This was super witchy, super dark. It had like an earthy, natural witchness to it, and it's also opened it up for book 2 to explore that magic system more. I quite enjoy this type of magic system because it feels like it's more folklore, it's giving back to the earth, taking from the earth. It's using the earth to create the magic, which I quite enjoy reading about. The atmosphere was suitably dark and suspenseful in this, and I really enjoyed the pivotal point at the end of it, which I won't go into because spoilers, but I really liked this, so I'm really glad I read this one. I read this quite fast because I actually ended up listening to the audiobook for some of it because I am having a preliminary call next week to go through the live that we're doing the week after, and I wanted to know that I'd finished both books by that point so I could just talk completely freely about them and not worry about, one, spoiling it for myself, but two, not fully being involved in the conversation. So I wanted to make sure that that was something I had done. So this one was a really, really fast read for me, which means I'm also going to be picking up Precious Catastrophes. Why can't I say any of these titles? I feel like I just want to stumble over the names, I don't know why. Precious, Catastrophe, Perfectly Preventable Deaths. They don't sound like they should be tongue twisters, but they are. So Precious Catastrophe is the one I'm now going to be starting. Again, I'm going to do the audiobook for this because the narrator is fantastic. I'm really enjoying the audiobook. Well, I really enjoyed the audiobook for the first one, and I've just started listening to this one and I'm enjoying that as well. It's come to the time of the month where I'm scheduling all my clients' social media calendars in. So I am doing like a lot of copy and pasting the calendar that I've already created. So it's the perfect kind of task to be able to listen to an audiobook whilst I'm doing. So listening to this one a little bit this morning, and the main difference in this one so far is that we're getting two different perspectives in the chapters, whereas the first one we just had one perspective, so it's instantly mixing it up already. So enjoying this one as well. So generally both of these I am really liking the atmosphere for. I'm really excited to be able to talk to the author, and I'm just glad that I've been able to read them, so yay! And then I think as a physical read, because obviously I'm listening to that one as an audiobook, as a physical read, I am going to pick up If We Were Villains. Now I do also need to read Ninth House this month, and I think that's the last book on my TBR beyond this one, but I want to give this one a go first because Ninth House is my Patreon book club pick, and I want to discuss that with my patrons as I read it, and I think a lot of them are going to be reading it towards the end of the month, so I'm going to give this one a go today. I think I'm going to start it. How many pages is this? Okay, it's literally just around the 400 page mark. This is said to be for fans of The Secret History. It says, like Donna Tartt's The Secret History, ML Rio's sparkling debut is a richly layered story of love, friendship and obsession. So I think it's The Secret History but Shakespeare elements to it. I don't know, it's dark academia. A lot of people have been talking about this at the moment. This one's been on my TBR for quite a while. When did it come out? Okay, it was published in 2017, so I think it's been on my TBR for at least a couple of years. My mum read it and then gave me her copy, which means the spine is broken. So I get to kind of read it a little bit more freely with the spine broken. I don't like breaking the spines of my books. I used to break them a lot, and then I started Bookstagram and I stopped breaking them, and now I just can't seem to make myself do it. It's not that I have an issue with having the broken spines, it's just I don't know why, but I don't like doing it to my books. And there's no real reason for it anymore because it's no longer like the days where I want my books absolutely pristine for all my Bookstagram photos. Like, I'm happy to have the broken spines in the photos, but I can't do it. Does anyone else have this issue? I just cannot do it. I wish I could. I really, really wish I could. I wish I could be a spine breaker, and I really used to be. You can tell which books are pre-Bookstagram days for me because those will be the ones with the broken spines. So this one I can read with a broken spine. Probably sounds so stupid. They're my books, I can do what I want. But I just can't. My brain doesn't let me unless I'm going to be annotating it. I don't know if I'll annotate this one or not, actually. I don't know. Ooh, wait, is it broken into acts? Ooh, okay, the chapters are scenes and it's broken into acts. That's interesting. Okay, I'm looking forward to the format. So this is what I'm reading. I'm going to be going back to my family home after work today. I might nip into town on my lunch break because I want to pick up a pair of black jeans. I do not have any black jeans, I only have blue jeans. I want a pair of black jeans. So I might do that on my lunch break. And yeah, that's pretty much all the updates I had for you. Books, books, and more books. I hope you're enjoying this vlog. Sorry there's not been any b-roll or anything yet, but here we are, lots of talking about books. So I ended up just nipping out to get some lunch instead of going into town and buying trousers, but I had no lunch, so I needed to pick some food up. And I came across a Christmas decoration. It was too cute, so I had to buy it. Look how cute that is. It's a little felt reindeer, and he just looks so cute. So I bought him because he's a little bean. Look at his little arm. Oh, he's so cute. So yeah, he's home with me now. He is John Lewis / Waitrose. I got him in Waitrose, but I assume he's a John Lewis decoration because they are one of the same. But he's so cute. I also bought myself white chocolate fingers because I love these things. A packet of chocolate fingers never lasts long in my flat. And snowballs, which I do enjoy a lot, but I used to love them a lot more as a child, so those are my treats for the day. And I also bought my mum a candle because it was a nice Christmas candle. So I'm gonna eat some dinner, which is literally just a baguette and some chicken satay sticks, and watch a Christmas film maybe for a little bit in the background. Is that a thing? I think it could be a thing. I think I want it to be a thing. I'm just gonna stick something on in the background. I always like having something playing in the background, so that's my plan. So I am back at my family home. Nobody's here, and I don't know where they are. Pippin's here, but nobody's here. I'm just like, where is everyone? It's a Thursday evening. It's 5:30. I think my mum's on her way back from work, but my sister's not here, my stepdad's not here. Pippin is here and being a hoe for cuddles. I'm trying not to get his penis in shot. Yeah, I don't know where anyone is, so Hi! I think I'm gonna sit and read. It's quite nice and quiet. See if Pippin wants to cuddle up, and I'm sure as soon as I sit down and open my book, they will come in. But I want to start If We Were Villains, so I'm gonna do that. But hi, I'm back home. Look at me updating you when I'm back home. Look at me. I'm so bad at remembering to actually update you when I'm back home, but update number one. I will probably catch up with you tomorrow now, I think. Also, I want to sit down and play Animal Crossing for a little bit because I've decided to just redesign my whole island without starting again. So I'm kind of flattening it in bits. So I want to build a bridge and decorate, make it all autumnal and pretty. So I'm going to do that. Should be a good evening. Hello, it is Friday. Happy Friday. I am nearly done at work for the day, for the week, and I cannot stop thinking about this book. I started this last night, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, and I love it. The writing style is so good. There's not anything massive that's happening at the moment. We're seeing these theatre students in their 4th year of university. We're establishing who they are, we're establishing the setting. The university sounds so cool, very atmospheric. We are seeing them as theatre students and what they do for that and what that entails. And basically everything's just being set up. But the way it's written is so enticing and so simple yet engaging and detailed. Like, we're getting a lot of setting descriptions and it's so visual in my head. But also what I really enjoy is the dialogue in this is done in the same way that a dialogue in a play would be written. So when they speak, it's done in a way that's like their name and then colons and then their speech. And that's quite interesting to read it like that because you'd think it would be jarring because it's not what you're used to. An example being Sally Rooney's books do not have speech marks in them, but actually it's fine, it works really well, and it just adds to the overall sense of theme within this book because the theme is really that they are theatre students and that is what's running through it. There's a lot of Shakespeare being quoted, so I'm really liking it. I'm finding it very addictive. I have no idea what's actually going to happen in this though. I've kept myself very much in the dark because the blurb is something that I know I've read before, but I have not read recently enough to remember it, so I don't want to know what this is about almost. I know that it's meant to be similar to The Secret History or for fans of The Secret History, so I assume it's going to go down a similar route to that, and I have read The Secret History and can still remember it pretty well, but I don't know what's going to happen here, so I'm going to allow myself to be surprised. My mum gave me this copy and I was speaking to her about it and she actually said she didn't like it. And what she used was, it got worse. I'm like, okay, well, I think it's really good at the moment. So I'm really intrigued to see if I feel the same and what it was about it she didn't like. So far, she said she didn't like any of the characters and for her, she needed that. And I do get that, but I think sometimes if I look at The Secret History as an example, I didn't really love any of the characters in Secret History, but I still really enjoyed the book because they were interesting characters to read about, and I think these characters were very interesting as well. They have their very clear differentiating characteristics that make them readable. I will of course continue to update you as I read more of this, but right now it's pretty much all I can think about. So yeah, it's for 50 pages in, pretty impressive so far I would say, but I will update you later. Hello, I'm in a car park. I'm waiting for my mum who has gone to get her booster vaccine and it is quite early, it's 9. We got up pretty early to leave to get here because it's not in our local town. And yeah, I've got my book. I'm just having a read whilst I wait. Still obsessed with this, couldn't put it down last night. I had to force myself to stop reading it because I knew I had to get up early. It's so good. We've had one of the plays that's been performed, which was really interesting to see how that was done, and it definitely felt quite creepy and atmospheric. I won't say what the play was in case you want that to be a surprise, but it was really, really good. So yeah, I'm waiting for my mum, and then we're gonna go to some shops because I wanted to pick up a couple of bits and then go home and hopefully chill with my book, maybe watch a Christmas film with Ava. I really want to watch the Nutcracker and the, it's Four Realms, right? I think it's Four Realms. So I really want to watch that. I've watched it like every year for the past 2 years, whenever it came onto Sky. Ava really likes it. I really like it. It's cozy. It also gives me Midnight in Everwood vibes because that is a Nutcracker retelling book that is perfect for Christmas. So yeah, I'm gonna just sit and chill, read until my mum gets back, and then we should go to some shops. Okay, about 20 minutes has passed since I last updated you. I'm still waiting for my mum because obviously once you've had the jab, you have to then wait 15 minutes to check you don't have an adverse reaction to it. But I've just reached the end of Act 1, and what an act that was. Wow. Perfect for establishing the story and the characters and the setting, but also super atmospheric, just amazing writing. This author is so descriptive and so beautifully descriptive without it feeling too heavy, and just everything that's happening in this, I'm like, yes, I need more, give me more please. I absolutely love James. He is a great character. I love Oliver and I love James, and I just am worried that something's going to happen to characters I love. I always feel like this with books like this. I just worry that as soon as I like a character, bad things will happen to them. But James is currently my favourite and I'm really enjoying it, so I'm going to keep reading. And that's just my quick little update because I finished Act 2, so I felt like, Act 1, not Act 2, so I felt like I needed to give you a little, here's where I'm at, absolutely adoring it. Why did I not read this sooner? Hello, it is Saturday night and I am here to round up the vlog. I am still obsessed with this book. It is so good. I can see this being a favourite book actually. The atmosphere and everything just knits together to create such a good story. I care so much about the characters. I feel very invested. I really like pretty much all of them apart from like one who I won't say who that is because I don't want to give you any spoilers, but yeah, I just cannot wait to read it. Every time I put it down I want to pick it back up again, and every time I read it I'm reading it for like chunks at a time and I'm literally falling into it. It just completely feels like the kind of book that is absorbing me fully, which I don't think is necessarily a common thing to feel. Like, of course, when I read, I do feel like I'm being absorbed by those books and they're fantastic works of fiction, and every time I write a 5-star read, 5 stars, that is because I absolutely loved it and I did feel like I was completely immersed in it. But I feel like some books make me feel like I'm just completely isolated within that book and the world around me is just silenced out almost, and that feeling isn't one I get quite so commonly, if that makes sense. Does anyone know what I mean, or am I just talking rubbish? But this book is definitely giving me that experience. So I am 156 pages into this, so I'm not even halfway yet, which I'm very okay with because I want this to last as long as possible because I am loving it. I've still been trying to slow things down a little bit. As I said last week and the week before, I think I just wanted to slow my reading back down because I read so much in October and I've been enjoying that. I think it enables me to read in a slightly different way. So really enjoying that with If We Were Villains. I'm also still listening to the audiobook for Crooked Kingdom, which I am really liking, and I've only got like 2.5–3 hours left, so I'm scared because I know this is a book that a lot of people say is very emotional, so I need to finish that one. But I put that down because I was listening to the Deidra Sullivan books, so I'm listening to Precious Catastrophe, and I think I only have like 3 or 4 hours left of that one too, so I think I'll probably finish that tomorrow or Monday because I'll be driving back to my family, back to my home. I'm in my family home now. I'll be driving back to my home, my flat, tomorrow, so I'll listen to it in the car on the ride back. So yeah, lots of exciting reads happening. Exciting week next week for me because I'm actually going to be doing 2 exciting things. One is I'm going to be starting my Vlogmas videos at the weekend, next weekend, which is really, really exciting because that's going to be something that's happening throughout the whole of December. Yay! And 2, I'm also going to be talking on a panel on Social in the City, which is Summer in the City, but it's now Social in the City because it's not happening in the summer anymore. And that is a YouTuber convention event thing. It's held in the Excel Centre in London. Super excited. I think tickets are still available if you did want to come along, but I'm on the Small Creator panel. I think it's at 2 o'clock on the Saturday. So that's going to be really, really cool. And I'm talking there on Saturday, which is really amazing. So I'm really excited for that. So that's next week. But I will be vlogging as normal throughout the whole of Vlogmas as well, so none of this content will change. You just get lots more from me, so subscribe to see that. Hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching this video though. Please do give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Comment below what you've been reading, and as I said, subscribe to see more of my face on your feed. I've also got my Patreon link down below where you can get lots of extra content from me as well. Lots of exciting things happening there, especially over Christmas. Yay! And thank you so much for watching. Keep smiling and stay positive.